we've actually had some wild weeks, guys. It's been absolutely mental. So exciting, keeps us on our toes. You know, that's the whole point. We like it to be more volatile. We like to have some drama within the financial sectors. At least there's something exciting going on. In the tech sectors, we've seen, you know, so much technology companies, they went down since March. So I think March is going to be that month that I'm always going to be look out for, to understand that there is going to be some downside. March of 2021 was also the month that we've had so much red. I think Bitcoin dropped crazy amount. And that liquidated a lot of positions, and a lot of people were angry. They got out, they got scared, they were fearful, never were able to come in back again, etc. So I'm looking at March being that month of the entire year that I'm going to be skeptical of that month. Let's just put it forward. But anyways, now we're seeing mid of March, we're seeing that there's some green going on. And honest to God, I did see this. I did write this on the Telegram. I did mention to people that we're going to be breaking above 25K. And there was no shadow of a doubt, because bulls tried to break it above, or what, 8 times already? 8 times already they tried to break above it. Anyways, and it was an inverse head and shoulder. There was no brainer, guys. No brainer whatsoever. We were going to be breaking above 25K. That was just like, I was 90, and I wrote my group 90%. The reason I put 90%, not 100, is because you need to have some open-mindedness and leave some room for errors. You know what I mean? But if I was to actually put it bluntly, I was 100% sure we're going to break above 25. Anyway, we got that. Inverse head and shoulders, you can see, guys, we broke above 25. Now we're heading towards 30K. And why do I see that 30K is a resistance? First of all, it's psychological resistance. So it's also a whole number where majority of the traders will going to be looking at that number. And second of all, that is where majority of the time back in 2021, first I think it was January 2021, and then it was July 2021. It was actually good support. So remember, guys, textbook TA, when we break down below support, that level becomes resistance. So we broke down of it, unfortunately, and that's what took us lower. And now we're going to have to retest it to see whether it actually stays as a resistance, or we can bounce above it and turn that into support. Okay, textbook TA, guys, is the most logical thing, any trader should know. Now, I think we're going to be selling off ever so slightly at 30K. I don't think we're going to have massive rejection, because there is a huge bull volume coming through. There is huge volume coming through. I didn't put the volume indicator. I don't know why it's disappeared. But what I can see us doing is that we're going to go up, bounce to 30K. We probably could see a little bit of a slight rejection. Of course, because as I said, it's psychological resistance. And then we could come down to retest, and then we can break above it. Now, where do I think I'm going to be taking majority of my money out is at 40K. Why? Because first of all, another psychological number, another psychological resistance, but also it's because that was a vital number that took us bearish since 2022. So that was the level that really took us bearish, guys. So I'm going to be looking to sell all my positions around 40K. Do as you wish. I wouldn't be ready to, I'm going to monitor it. So what I do is usually monitor the price. I have a mental stop out. I put a mental limit that I say to myself, okay, this is my number. I'm going to put my stop losses at, etc. if Bitcoin goes there, or sell limit, sorry. And once I reach that target, then I'll kind of analyze the market to see whether that's actually the true of that scenario in that moment. But it's just quite stupid to sell out everything at 40K and just be like, okay, I'm done. No, it's good to monitor what happens, because we might even get some news event that accelerates the price. We could even get tech sectors to go out crazy. We could even get gold that does everything. And then remember, guys, Bitcoin is part of the financial sector. So we need to look at the tech sectors. We need to look at gold. We need to look at the USD dollars. We need to look at the macro perspective to get a good image of what, good kind of understanding of what Bitcoin's direction is. You see what I mean? So I'm going to be analyzing the market then when we reach 40K. And then I will analyze and say to myself, am I going to be selling, yes or no? But right now, it's a mental, sellout at 40K. Okay, I'm going to be selling mentally again at 40K. But again, I'm going to analyze the market when we reach to that point. So this is Bitcoin for us. So if you are entering into Bitcoin and you want to know where your targets are, Again, 30K and then, of course, 40K. But if you are trading Bitcoin, I don't understand why the hell anyone would want to trade Bitcoin instead of investing in Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is absolutely phenomenal when it comes to investing, but I wouldn't want to trade it. Anyways, if you are trading Bitcoin, then I would say you can sell a little bit at 30K, wait and monitor for a rejection, and then buy back in when you see another reversal. And you can put your stop loss at around 24K or 25K because that was the level that we broke out of. So usually when we break out of this level, we come down to retest that, okay? So you can actually put a stop loss at around 24, 25K. If it goes underneath it, that means that, we are actually going bearish once again. But if it stays above 24, 25, then you're good to go, okay? We take profits around 30K and then maximum take profit is around 40K. Like I mentioned, majority of my trades I'll be selling out at that time, but I will be monitoring closer to the time. Okay, that is Bitcoin for now. I'm going to show you what other coins, I'm looking out for. Now, I really like IMX. And the reason I like IMX, every single time when we had the drop within Bitcoin, IMX was one of the first movers to get up, to bounce. I really love that we had, let me just remove everything so you guys can see. I really like the fact that we had 5 weeks. 5 weeks, guys, of consolidation, sideways action. And it actually happened to be at resistance. So all of this area from here to here were resistance. Let me remove the AMA so you can see better. Can you see? Resistance, 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 resistance. And we broke bullish above that. So there is so much resistance happening here, and we still broke above that. So usually when there's a strong resistance and we break above the resistance, which is very, very strong resistance, we usually have a solid breakthrough. We have a very huge volume coming in. We're going to have continuation of pattern or flow. So that's what we're going to see, and hence why I entered the moment this broke out, I entered immediately. Next profit target to look at, I would say, is around here. So around $2.5 on IMX. And then the target after that, of course, if we do see continued volume, then it would be around $4. Okay, so we got so much resistance, so much consolidation, guys. And like I mentioned again, I'm going to keep saying again because I think repeating it helps a lot of people that don't know a lot about trading. When we have a very tight and strong consolidation, there's so much traffic around here, and we break above that. Usually the breakout is so strong. And that's what we want to buy into, strong breakouts, okay? That's one of my, very, very successful strategies. I buy into strong breakouts. And the more consolidation there is, the more money I put into something, okay? The more resistance there is, the more capital the more investments I put in, or the bigger the size of my capital going into the trade. Because usually when we break above these very strong consolidation or very strong resistance areas, the breakout is very strong and it goes to the upside, and it goes very quickly. And a lot of volume comes in because a lot of traders are watching that same level. Okay, so you find them pumping the price for you. So here we go. So how much did I have made already? I've made around 36% on a 4x leverage. That's, I don't want to do the mental maths for this. 36 times 4. I've done 144% already on this. And then it takes us above towards another 80% move towards 2.5. And if lucky, we could go to around 4.2. Now, what do I expect IMX to do? I do expect, as usual, when we do hit resistance, we find a little bit of a struggle. We need to have people will start to profit take. Remember, guys, everyone's size is different. The larger the size of your account, the quicker you want to take money, because when you have an account size of 150,000, for instance, a 2%, a 3%, even a 10% size on that is a lot of money. So what do? You take that money. Whereas people with smaller accounts, they're willing to wait longer because they still need a lot of more percentage gains for them to see bigger returns. So you have to be understanding that you're not everyone that trades this altcoin is going to have the same account size like you. So you need to have this understanding that people are going to be taking profits sooner, okay? Because their account size is much likely to be bigger. So where are they going to be taking profits? I assume they're going to be trying to take profits around 1.75. And why did I say 1.75? Because that was the previous doji here. Can you see the doji? A doji here, and that was a previous doji. I think we're going to see some not sell out, but I would see some struggle or even a bull flag happening right there. And then that will take us even more. And if we break a bullish, then that will take us even more to around 2.5. And on 2.5, I'm thinking about taking profits and then re-entering again for another leg up higher towards $4. Okay, so that is my strategy on IMX. Okay, so STX, this is a one coin. Ooh, I love this chart so much. I've actually proposed this. When did I propose this to my group? Let's see. So, was this in January, December? Nope, this is the wrong one. STX, enter at 0.70. So, where were we? 0.70. Where is 0.70 here? Okay, 51% already, and I've done a 2x leverage on that. So, which clearly shows us that this has a lot of momentum. I should have entered earlier, but I don't know why I didn't enter early. Usually with these descending triangles, I catch the bottom on them, especially that I bet this is the 9th candle. Let me see. Is this a 9th candle? Yep, it was a 9th candle here, and it was breaking bullish. Amazing. Okay, so I should have entered earlier, but I didn't, probably because I didn't put it in my watch list. And that's what happens, guys, because I do have a certain number of watch lists I look at. And sometimes I miss others, and that's okay because I'm too zoned in, focused on the ones I'm doing already. And I'm profitable in those anyway. So I don't need to catch every single trade out there. I had to train myself not to be able to kind of beat myself over every single trade. I don't need to catch every single altcoin, okay? And sometimes if you zone in and focus only on the ones that you've got already, you're happy, you're good to go. As long as you're making money, you don't really need to catch everything. Anyways, let's go back. STX entered at 0.70 here. And it's a 51%. Did we look at 51%? Yeah. It's around 54%, whatever. And that was on 2x leverage. So that's quite enormous. Beautiful. And I think the next level it will go at is around 2.5 or 2.6. I would say 2.5 is it a profit take because that is also a whole number, a psychological number. 2.5, I'm ready to take my profit around 2.5 and then wait for a consolidation to happen or a rejection or consolidation. It could happen. Come down, people will be taking profit and then probably form another bull flag and then cause a breakthrough. Okay, so STX is one I am looking at and it's called Stacks. It's available on Binance. FTM, I love this coin. This gave me a lot of profits back in the days, I swear. In 2021, this was a trade that I was in and out of very, very frequently, and I made a lot of money out of that. Anyways, FTM, 2 doji candles, guys. When you look at doji candles, they're sitting next to one another. There's a good sign that we're going to have a massive breakthrough the month after that. Now, I'm looking at the 3 months. So every single candle represents a 3-month period, right? So we've got 3 and 3 is 6. So we've got 6 months of just nothing but consolidation. But they were actually smaller bars, smaller candles, way next to each other. That gives us an indication that the reversal is happening, a consolidation is happening to the upside, okay? And yeah, and this is exactly what happened. I bought in very, very early, a good 190% on it already, okay? And I love to see this. When I see this is me. I immediately get in without even thinking twice, guys. Without even thinking twice. Where did I put my stop loss? I put my stop loss around here, 0.19. The bottom of the first red candle, this red candle. I put my bottom, hold on a second. I put my stop loss around here, and that's all I needed to know. I was protected if shit hits the fan. I remember getting it very, very early. So if I was about to lose, I was just about to lose 13%. But I was very sure that we're going to go up to the upside. And now, look, I am on a 2x leverage on FTM. And it's also, doing very well for me. Now, another position. At CFX. Now, I missed the majority of the run for this one when it first started. But I got in very, very early. And what did I do when I got in very, very early? Yep, I saw this. Again, consolidations, guys. This is my number one trading strategy. Number one trading strategy. I cannot be the trader that I am today if I did not follow through with this trading strategy, guys. It is my go-to. It is my bread and butter. And this is what makes me relaxed, that I can swing trade and make those huge numbers. Okay. Now, what did I say about CFX? We got in at around 0.17. 0.17, blah, 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 blah. And it's a good now, nearly 110%, 115% profit. Okay. I was also on a 2x leverage on this one, guys. Now, what I like about CFX is because it's an AI-based project, and it was the first to run out of all the AI-based projects, it could see follow through. It could continue to see run-ups. So I think after it starts to break above this consolidation of 0.35 or 36, we can easily start running towards a good 300 to 400% move towards $1.30, $2. Okay. And that's why I love this position. And that's why I am still in it. Okay. CFX. What else? I'm randomly picking coins, guys. I'm randomly picking coins. So if I was to enter into coins that I'm not in, what would I be looking out for? Okay. What would I be looking out for? Inverse head and shoulders. Now look at this, guys. Amazing. Go back to the 15-day chart. What do you see? Where is my pen? Inverse, head and shoulder. What is the level to be watching? This level. And this is in QTM. Okay? I'm not saying that I'm in it. I'm just telling you what would I be looking out for if I was going to select, select my altcoins for trades and put them on my watch list. I want to see an inverse head and shoulder. So QTM could be a very good altcoin to get into. Let me look at the resistance. Yep. Let me look at the okay, good. There's slight resistance that it came above. $3 was resistance. It came above that. We're just 3 cents above $3, which is amazing. Still a good sign of follow up through. And this is the bull flag, guys. You look at this, a bull flag. Now we're going to go up 54% and then hopefully break even higher and higher. Okay. So this is what I look into. I look into the setup. So guys, focus on the setup and forget the money. If you focus on the setup and you master it and you get into it with full conviction, money comes. I promise you money will come. Just have a good stop loss, have a good trade system, follow through with it, and not to worry about anything. Because if I, for example, want to enter right now into QTM, I don't have a position open in QTM, but say I wanted to get into right now, what would I have to do? I saw an inverse head and shoulder on the 15 days time frame. Amazing. Check number 1 done. Then what do? Look into the stop loss. Where can I put my stop loss? I can put my stop loss around here. Why did I put it around this level? 2.8, because it was the beginning of the 15-day candle. It is the beginning, the open of the 15-day candle on that chart. So I'm going to be looking to put my stop loss around here. Now, if I was to be wrong and it does come down, am I happy to lose 7%, 8%? Absolutely. Am I happy to make 57, 54% if I was right? So look at this, guys. Look at my risk. To go up, I will make 54%. But if I was wrong, I would only lose 7 to 8%. Is that not a good trade-off? That's an incredible trade-off. An incredible trade-off. So I'm happy to lose 7, 8% in order to make 55%. Okay? Inverse head and shoulder on the 15-day time frame. Why do I look at the 15-day time frame, guys? Because if these patterns print out on the larger time frames, you're more likely, you're 80 to 90% likely to get it right, unless there's a massive news event. I mean, it all comes down at the end of the day to even alter the massive time frames, like the weekly, the monthly, or the 3 months, the 6 months. You need to have very strong news event, because no other, like a war, for example, happening, or like banks going to crisis, or governments, sanctioning, their people. I don't know. It should be something that's so huge that could alter the price of the market. But in reality, if everything was going smooth and going sideways from a perspective of news events, there is nothing that could take this chart down. There is nothing that could take an inverse head and shoulder on the 15-day time frame down, because when you look at patterns on the larger time frames, they're more likely to play out, and the stronger the conviction is. Okay. Anyways, I will put my stop loss here around 2.7 and wait for my targets around 4.5. Now, would I put it exactly at 4.5? No, I would put around 4.2, 4.3, because everyone's going to be looking at 4.5. Or I could even put it at 4 if I'm happy with the profits. I'll put it at $4. I'll take my profit at $4. And there's no issue with that, okay? So that's what I'd be looking out for, guys. If I was to select another random coin, inverse head and shoulder and Joe, brilliant. Damn, Floki. Cold Floki at 200, less than 200 Satoshis. How much have we done? This was a gamble coin, of course. Actually, it was not this. It was because I saw a consolidation. Exactly. Yeah. Yep, that's the reason I got into it. I got a consolidation. Reminds me back of Shiba days, guys, when I called it very, very early. Okay. So consolidation on the weekly time frame. For fuck's sake, this is amazing. Okay, on the weekly time frame, actually the monthly time frame, even better. I saw 1, 2, 3, 4 months of consolidation, guys. 4 months of continuous consolidation. Not going higher, not going below. We're just going sideways on the same range. So, guys, this is called an equilibrium breakout. A breakout happened, and it takes us all the way up around 500%. And guys, I was on 6x leverage on this coin. 6x, guys. So I haven't even looked at my profits, to be honest, because I don't really care. I know that it's quite impossible for it to come down to hit my target. It's just, no, I wouldn't say it's impossible. Anything is possible, but I'm just saying it's very unlikely that it would come down and take me out of my position or break even. Just wouldn't, okay? Because there's a lot of things happening right now. Even look at this one. We're making staircase patterns. Look at the weekly, making staircase patterns. We got consolidation again on the weekly, breakthrough, bull flag, breakthrough. We did break lower. That's because of Bitcoin, but now we're seeing strength again. And we're going to go higher. That's in Floki. And I've mentioned this to the group on the public page. And if you guys bought, you're welcome. Let's look at other coins like, Apt. Let's look at Apt. I like Apt. I really like Apt, and I did recommend it to some people on my group. And the reason I did that is because, look at this, guys. Okay, so huge bull. I think that was the time it was released on Binance. It did a good blah blah blah. Wow, nearly 10,000%. And you know what, guys? I missed this. Anyways, it's fine. I'm not going to beat myself over it. And I had to wait and wait. I never buy at the top, guys. I waited for a consolidation. Whenever you see a run up like that, there's more than likely that for it to come down. And even, I was looking even 50% down, and it even came below that. So I was looking it even came below that. So what I can tell you is that the moment I saw this doji, this one gave it away for me. This doji here, it was a reverse pattern. What's the risk here? Yes, could this doji continue to go down? Absolutely. But I have to look at my risk level. What's my risk level? If I was wrong, it would take me down to around 4%. 4% only risk, guys. 4% risk. So if I was wrong, I would just lose 4% of my capital invested into this trade. So can you imagine? All I had to do is I could be wrong, but then if I was wrong, I would just lose 4%. But if I was right, I was thinking it was going to go to 180% back to its the close of the previous week. I thought I was going to go to 100, to $9, $10 again. But what happened, guys? It went even above that, and I was still in my position. Now look at this, guys. Came down, consolidated, came up. And why did I buy back in? And I added, of course, I sold majority of my trades here when I saw there's a double top. I sold majority of my capital here and my profits. I took profits and then I re-entered back again. Why did I re-enter back again a few days ago? What was my position in? 13.5. I entered 13.5. We're actually down on that one. Yeah, we're actually down on that one, but it's okay. It's okay. We're just few cents away from the target or where we entered from. But what I like about this, guys, is that it came down to retest the resistance. So resistance came down, broke above resistance, and it's coming to retest it. So it's a no-brainer buy. It's a no-brainer buy. A good 52%. And if we go to the ultimate new highs, which is another 600%, it's a buy, guys. It's not a brainer. This is like incredibly easy. This is really, really easy. Anyways, next one. Let me just randomly pick coins. Let's look at, we talked about that. We talked about that. Talked about that. Okay, so AGLD, I think it's called AGLD or AGLD. Now, would I get into this right now? Let me look. All depends on the, no, I like it, but I'm still waiting for more data. Okay, I like it, but I'm still waiting for more data. And the data for me would be that I would need it to go above 50 cents to get that extra conviction. So I would have to make it move a good, actually, to even be better, have more better conviction, stronger conviction, I want it to go over 60 cents. If it goes over 60 cents, I'm definitely absolutely buying. Okay, absolutely buying. But I am still waiting. So I can, buy into a premium price. I can actually go in and lose out a 30% move in order for me to gain a good 250% move. So I'm happy on not getting in now, because if I was wrong, I could have used this capital elsewhere instead of here, because this needs a lot of more data to come out. This needs a lot of more activity to go on. I need more conviction. I still on this day, I'm not getting conviction, but I would need it to have more data and to base my TA on. And would I invest my capital in it right now? No, not yet. I would wait for it to hit around 50 cents, 60 cents, and then I'll get into that, okay? So, because I don't want to lose my capital stuck here, waiting and waiting and waiting, where I can use my capital elsewhere. ARPA. Oh my God. The moment I see this, guys, I just don't need to look at anything else. I just don't need to look at anything else. What is this, guys? Look at this candle. Look at this candle, okay? Huge, huge, huge buying pressure. Huge buying pressure. Where can I put my funny things? Here. Guys, look at this. Huge buying pressure. All the pressure from the bulls are up, and it pushed the price up. Crazy. And then usually after we see something like this, we always get a green afterwards, okay? So I'm absolutely bullish on ARPA. I'm absolutely bullish on ARPA. So let's look at my target. So this is resistance, and we broke a little bit higher. We need to still see a lot of more volume come in. Let me put my volume indicator to why don't I have that already? I don't understand. Yeah, there's a little bit of small volume here. Not so convincing yet. Yeah, not so convincing yet. There's a little bit of buying volume. We need to have more buying volume for it to push up, but I'm absolutely solid in this coin. I could easily enter into it and not have a worry, because it's very unlikely for it to come down. And if it does come down and I was wrong, what would I be risking? 12% is a big number, so I'll put my stop loss even tighter. Where can I put my stop loss? Narrow down to 12-hour time frame or the 6-hour time frame, and put your stop loss still 12 hours. So let's look at the 4-hour. Let's look at the 1 hour. So I can put my stop loss at the 1 hour. Where would I put it? Around here. So 0.046, and I only risk 4%. 4%, guys, if I was wrong, and it will take us down. Because look at this, guys. If I was wrong and it comes down, look at this. If I was wrong, so where would I put my stop loss? I would put my stop loss around 0.47. If I was wrong, it would take us down. So I don't want to be in that trade. Okay. So how much would I risk? 4%. But how much would I make if I was right? It would easily be around 17%. And if I zoom out to the larger time frames, I can see that we easily can go to 0.08, which is another 70% move. Okay. This is how I analyze my charts, guys. Okay. What else? Woo. Let's look at Woo. I'm taking out because I just hate to see a lot of, I like my charts to be clean. And when I have these things there, okay, I got the idea. I will just kind of minimize so I don't need to see it, because sometimes it gets too crowded for me. And I love my charts to be plain and simple so I can read. Okay. So let's look at the 3 months time frame. We got two amazing, reversal candles. And then we got green. Let's look at the monthly. I did recommend this in January. There's a lot of people that probably took their profits or even left. So yeah, we got out bullish. Now we're seeing, we like to call these, I think they're called three white soldiers or something like this. This is where three solid green candles are with each other. Again, guys, remember, you don't need to know all these names of these candles and what they look like. You just need to understand the psychology behind them. So why do I have three solid candles, green candles next to one another? That means the bulls keep every time it comes down to the buying price, they push it up again. Comes down to the buying price, they push it up again. So that gives you an indication that there's always going to be a higher high in this pattern. Okay. I like that a lot. Zoom out to the weekly time frame. Amazing. Even better patterns. Look at this, guys. Triangle, whatever you want to call that, a triangle pattern or a symmetrical pattern. And then we broke bullish above that. Now, what I like to see is that we wanted to come to test that trend line level that we broke out of. That's the most important vital move we need to make. We need to come down to retest that trend line that we broke out of, and then we see continuation. So I can easily see Woo go up to around another 80 to 90%, or even if we're lucky, another 170%, which would take us around to the 60 cents mark. Okay. And also on top of that, we got a doji candle. So this is a buy without even thinking. And if I was to remove everything, look at this inverse head and shoulder. Majority of the coins right now, guys, we're seeing an inverse head. Oh, sorry. Damn. I need to get better at this. Majority of the coins we're seeing, guys, are inverse head and shoulder patterns. Look. Okay. Trend line here. It's a no, guys, this is just a no-brainer. Okay. No-brainer again as a trade. However, because it's already done a good, it's because it's already done a good 39% or 30% move, I don't want to have a risk level of 30%. I don't want to put my stop loss here, because if I'm wrong and it comes down, 30% of my account is gone in this trade alone. So I don't want to do that. So what do? I zoom in, smaller time frame, even smaller time frame, go down to the 12-hour time frame, and I can put my stop loss around even smaller and smaller, because the more you narrow down to the smaller time frame, the more you have a very defined risk level, okay, to get off. I would put my stop loss at around 0.22 cents. And why 0.22 cents? Because we just broke out of this C shape, which I like to call C shape. We broke above it. So I put my stop loss at around that neck level that we broke out of. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. How much would I risk if I was wrong? I would risk 4%. But if I was right, how much would I make? Again, I would make 100% move. So I only risk, guys, 4%, 5%, or even 10% to make 100%, guys. This is a no-brainer either. Okay, so this is how I analyze. And people don't like to use stop losses because they don't know how to use them. First of all, you just have to, if you're not happy with the big risk level, all you have to do is just go down to the smaller time frame. Go down to the smaller time frame, keep zooming out until you find a very good level that you can take a stop loss on. I chose this level because we just broke out of this resistance. So of course, I'm going to put my resistance there at 0.22. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, easy peasy, guys. Again, use majority. You've got a lot of time frames here, guys. Use them wisely. Start with the 12 months, start with the 6 months, start with the 3 months, and when you want to execute a trade and you want to know which price to get into, you go down, narrow down to the 4 hours, pick which level you want to buy at. If it's support, if it's bouncing off support, pick that number, pick that level, and then put your stop loss at the level below it, a little bit below it, where there is going to be a good support. Easy. Easy. Support here is around 22 cents. And I can easily buy anything above here. I'm happy to buy anything above that level because I wanted to see it's bouncing off support. So I bought in. Okay? That's how you pick your altcoins, guys. I hope that was quick. I hope that was full of information. I really hope you benefit. And I hope that we make a lot of money. Thank you so much for tuning in. And ciao, ciao.